Hey, this is Leslie again. So I just did a video a little bit ago, um, uh, Matthew 7 and 7, about asking, seeking, and knocking. And I was reading some of the comments and it just jolted another thought. You know, we think that we can only ask God for like big things. We think that it has to be something important, if you will, or like life altering or life changing. And as I was reading the comments, God reminded me of this little game that I used to play with God. And what I would do was when I would be on my way to work, I don't know, just randomly one day, I was like, God, turn the light green. And the light turned green. And I don't know, it was just funny to me. And so for whatever reason, I started every morning when I would be leaving the house, I would be like, okay, God, come on, let's catch these green lights. And I kid you not every single time, okay? I'm not gonna sit up here and lie and make it seem like it was some type of magic or something. But many times when I would start off my day and I would be like, God, let's get these green lights, many of the lights would be green. Like I would get up to the light and I would be laughing hysterically because the light would be green. Like I would have, and where I was working was not like very far from where I lived, but it was kind of like a straight shot. Um, and so like for maybe just say maybe a couple miles, it would be a straight shot and then I would eventually have to turn. But many times when I would do that, the lights would be green and I would just be laughing. And I promise you, I feel like God would make those lights turn green for me just so he could hear my laughter, just so he could see the joy in my face. It was like I was a little girl, like literally just laughing like a child. And I feel like God wants us to have that type of joy, that type of laughter in just something that was so simple. Just asking him, God, give me green lights. Um, and I would also notice that when I would be in a negative headspace, and when I would have an attitude and I'm like, okay, it's time to go to work, um, that those lights weren't always green. I would notice that I would have to stop. Of course, the light turned green, but like it didn't happen the way it did when I was having a moment of joy with God, just enjoying, you know, let's get these green lights, God. When I was in a negative place, when I did not start off my day with Him, when I did not say, Lord, let's get these green lights, it seemed like the lights would be red. And I started to notice that as well. So I would make sure that I would say, God, let's get these green lights. And even if the light didn't turn green, I still tried to um, keep my mind in a place of joy and gratitude about just the fact that I was up and able to even go to a job. I hope this is making sense. That's like my phrase. I hope this is making sense, but I hope it is. When you when you change your mind about a thing, or when you try to find the joy in something as little as that, and you're asking God, it was just a little way, if you will, that I was incorporating him in my drive to work. It was just a little way that I was speaking to him in the morning, if you will. Okay, like I would pray, I would have my devotion time, I would maybe listen to worship music or whatever on the way to work as well. But just that little, and I call it a game, but it was like, like green light, you red light, that like that game. But it was just something that was intimate between me and my Father. You understand what I'm saying? Like, find times to have intimacy with God, even if it's something that little. And yeah, it's just me asking for a green light, but I truly in my heart know that he gave me those green lights just so that he could see the joy in my face. And I wish I could explain to y'all how I would be laughing. It just filled my heart because I felt like God turned that light green for me. And I don't care what nobody say. I understand the light gonna turn green at a certain time. I get all that, okay? So don't try to rain on my parade. But I know that my Father was doing that for me because it gave me, his daughter, his child, joy. Do you understand? Like, we have the right to ask and petition God for anything. If I could ask him for something as little as to turn a light from red to green and he would do it? Huh? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like he will give us anything. He will give us he created the world for us. Like we are his children. Do not discount who you are in God's life. Do not discount who he is in your life. Like you are special. You matter. And if turning a light green is going to give you joy, your father's going to do that thing for you. So I hope this I hope this makes sense. But I just wanted to share that because it's like, man, he is so good. It's the little things for me. Okay, it's the little things that he does. Yes, I know he can do anything. He can move mountains. He can make the miraculous happen. Yeah, he can put some money in my pocket when I need it. Yeah, he can, you know what I mean? He can have somebody else to give me what I need that I'm not able to. Like, he can make it's so many things that I could sit here and spout off that God has done for me, just to, he just blows my mind. But just that little thing, there's little things. When you're a child, there's little things that you remember that your parents did for you. There's little, those little, maybe those little gifts that they gave to you, maybe those little words of affirmation and encouragement that they gave to you. Those green lights were encouragement to me, that my father hears me, that what I'm saying, that what I'm thinking, that what I'm asking for is important to him, that it matters to his heart, not just to mine, but to his. To God be the glory. I matter to him. You matter to him. Your green lights matter to him. Okay. I hope you're encouraged. I pray you're encouraged. I pray you are encouraged. You matter so much to God. You don't even realize how much you don't even realize how much he loves you, how much your smile means to him, how much the joy in your heart means to him. Be encouraged. Okay, what's today? Friday. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. I'll be back with something else, but that's the word.